Hey guys, welcome back. This is John. Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to go through a couple of different finishes with some Minwax products on this piece of driftwood. I found this one a few weeks ago. It's on one of the other videos. I'm going to sand this down today, but really this is all going to be about the application of tung oil versus this finishing wax paste from Minwax. Right there, and the polycrylic. This is a water-based protective finish. I'm gonna put these side by side on this piece of wood and label them. That way you can see what these different types of sealants and finishes can do to a piece of wood. Now, granted, there are all different types of tung oil out there. Minwax product, I really enjoy this one. It brings out some nice color. It does put a little bit of an amber sheen to the finished product, but it has, this is a lot easier to use than maybe a pure tung oil, but it is still a little bit thick. I will apply that one. I will apply that finishing paste. Again, this product is really versatile. You've seen another video of mine where I've used this, and it brings a real natural finish and protection to the wood. And let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to sand this down real quick and then tape this off, and I'll show you the differences on each one of those. So the first application we're going to use is the Minwax finishing paste. It's so simple to use. It's apply, dry, buff. It even says it right there on the label. And that's pretty much as easy as it can be. You may want to wear some gloves. This stuff can get a little, not sticky, but it's a little greasy in a way. So I'll have some gloves on, and then you just put this on with a rag, lint free, and then we'll get started. So let's do this one first. Here's my rag. You can see the paste that's in there to help me scrape. But we're gonna get some of this in here. I like to take a little bit of this. Oh, there we go. I've got some from the last time I used it. I'm gonna take a little bit of this right into here. And I'm just gonna apply nice and easy. I go with the grain, go against the grain, but with the grain's best. You're gonna end up having little grooves and stuff, so and you're going to put it on pretty liberally. Make sure you get in all those little tight little corners and spots. There we go. And the wood's porous, so it will soak it up. There we go. Nice. But you see how it leaves this such a natural sheen to it versus the unfinished. Brings out the color. It doesn't hide anything. But this stuff dries. It's a wax, right? So it goes on. You can feel it on here, but it's also sealing at the same time. Make sure I get enough on here. There we go. All right. So we're going to let that one dry. And then we're going to go over to the tung oil. All right. So tung oil. You just hand rub this in on bare wood. It really revitalizes the wood, which you will see quickly. Again, you're going to want to wear a glove. You'll probably want to do this outdoors. Follow all the application instructions on here. There's a lot of videos online as well about how to properly apply this. I'm going to put some of that right there. And tongue oil application begins. And so that's got a little bit of a different luster to it, doesn't it? But you can see this has got a little bit more of a sheen to it, but I haven't polished the finishing wax yet. And it's soaking it up big time. There we go. Nice. I just love the grain of the wood. So pretty, all the different colors. This particular piece, a lot of red and black and gray. Obviously some blonde in there as well. That's looking pretty good. Now I'm always can always go back and put different coats, more coats, additional coats, as long as I'm following. So that's not been buffed yet. That's the finishing wax. That's tongue oil. Now we're gonna do the polyacrylic. Now before I do the polyacrylic, the reason why I like this is it doesn't change the color of the wood as quickly as maybe some other type of a polyurethane might do. So I really enjoy this product. It's water-based, easy cleanup. Minwax does a good job with this, as well as their other products. But before I put this on there, I'm gonna go ahead and buff this out because this is gonna take some time to dry. These will be dry in no time. I mean, they're dry to the touch right now. But before I put the polyacrylic, I'm gonna go ahead and put a buff on that piece. And I'll just get a little rag here. So I don't know if you can see the difference between that and what it's gonna be. Well, let's find out. Yeah, very pretty. Very pretty. And let's see. This is the tongue oil. A little bit of a sheen, like I had mentioned earlier. But very, very pretty. So that's this one, right? That's the bottom one right there. And then the tongue oil is this one. So you can kind of see the difference between those two. Now let's do the poly. So you can see this is kind of a milky white, right? And it goes on like that, but it does not dry that way. And the good thing about it turning milky white is it kind of shows where you might be a little bit heavy on your application. It'll help you identify where you might need to go back and touch it up a little bit. drips here and there. I'm not going to worry about the underside. And again, this is soaking it up as well. Now, the thicker you put this on, you might see some little air bubbles in there. I believe Minwax, you can use a little propane, in a little propane torch, and it'll pop those bubbles. Most of them will go away on their own and just kind of settle down and settle in. The other option is, once that dries and you're coming back with another coat, follow the instructions on the can, come back with a fine grain grit sandpaper and then put another coat on, which is what we could do on this. Again, I'm just showing you as an example, but there's that. Now you can definitely see that that's got that nice shine and sheen to it. Some of that will dissipate once it dries, but not a whole lot. There's the tung oil, and there is the finishing wax. So you can see the three differences. We're going to let this completely dry, and then we're going to come back and take a look at the finished product. Cool. All right, well, here's what we got. So this first piece right here, if you remember, was the finishing wax, finishing paste, right? And so this has got a nice, smooth, natural appearance. It's dry to the touch. You may have to come back and put another application on it. It just depends on the piece of wood, how porous it is, and also obviously the outcome that you're trying to establish with your finished piece. This is the tung oil. Again, natural surface appearance, right? It has more sheen than the wax. You can see that. If I hold it up to the light, you can kind of see, right? But the colors of the wood still preserved, looks fantastic. And then lastly, you've got the polycrylic. That's the water-based application that I used with the brush. This is beneficial to go back at least one more time with another coat. I didn't do that on this video, but I would recommend it. It's really going to give you a more of a glistening sheen to it. As you can tell, compared to the other two, while they do have it, this one's going to be a lot more luster if that's what you're trying to accomplish with your piece. So anyway, these are the products right here in order, and maybe that helps clear up any confusion. I know there's a lot of products out there, and so maybe this will help you choose which type of finish you like on your next project. At any rate, it's been fun to hang out with you today, and y'all make sure and give me a thumbs up if you'd like. Subscribe. I'm trying to get as many videos out there as possible that are relevant. Some of the videos that I see that are relevant, I question, but when it comes to woodworking or driftwood or cooking or life, let's do this thing together, okay? Y'all have a good one. Take care.